A commonly used flight briefing tool is the spot wind chart. In working through this example of a spot wind chart, we'll look at the UK version, commonly referred to as Form 214. Although each country will have their own variant on this, most are fairly similar in that they all give information regarding wind and temperature for various locations and altitudes. Although most are in a text format, the UK produces this as an easy-to-interpret graphical chart. Form 214 should be used as an everyday reference for flights within the UK and Republic of Ireland up to an altitude of 24,000 feet. At the top of every chart there will be information on validity times. Since there are 4 issues of this chart every day, it's important to ensure it covers the time period of your planned flight. The chart is a forecast of conditions expected at a set time. In our example chart, we see that it is forecast for 0900 Zulu, but valid 3 hours prior to this at 0600 Zulu, and 3 hours after at 1200 Zulu. The chart itself shows a map of the UK and Ireland overlaid with information boxes. The data within each box pertains to a specific location or spot on the map, the coordinates of which appear at the top of each box. Let's have a closer look at central England. The information for the coordinates is 52 degrees 30 minutes north, 2 degrees 30 minutes west. The information in the box is for this spot at 0900 UTC on the 28th of January 2002. The left-hand column gives the altitude in thousands of feet above sea level. The next, the expected wind direction in degrees true at that level. Next follows the wind speed in knots. And finally the temperature in degrees Celsius with either a positive or negative prefix. So, as you can see, interpreting the spot wind chart is very simple. However, if you were to plan a flight from, say, Shoreham on the south coast to Belfast in Northern Ireland, you would have to interpolate between starter boxes. And if you are changing altitude, remember to check this as well. For this example flight, we'll assume an altitude of 5,000 feet, decreasing to 2,000 feet nearer Ireland. Obviously the winds will vary along the route as you go from one location to another, but also through time. However, Form 214 will give you a good estimate of the conditions you can expect to encounter along the route. This information can then be used in planning your navigation. The temperature data will give you an idea of potential icing conditions along the route. In this example, it could be a problem for the first part of the journey at 5,000 feet. But once lowering to 2,000 feet, nearer Northern Ireland, the temperature increases to plus 5 degrees Celsius. If you can recall from the chapter on icing, we said some of the most dangerous icing conditions exist when in cloud between 0 and minus 20 degrees Celsius. Try and plan not to enter these areas if possible. If you must, then prepare to use the de-icing and anti-icing equipment. Wind direction will be given in tens of degrees. Occasionally the abbreviation VRB will be used to denote a variable wind direction. Speed will be in 5-knot increments and temperature to the nearest whole degree Celsius. Remember, you may have to interpolate the winds between 2 spot forecasts. This will help to increase the accuracy of the flight planning and the flight itself. Although the 214 has a lot of information pertinent to flight planning, you'll still need to supplement this with other forecast charts, such as significant weather charts and the relevant TAFs and METARs. The Met Office in the UK also produce a European spot wind chart called the Form 414. The details are exactly the same, but it has an extended coverage over most of Western Europe. Spot wind information from other countries will be presented in slightly different formats, but the decoding is almost the same. Before flying, ensure you are fully conversant with the format used by your country.